Morning. All right. Want to do the honors? All right. Take a call. Good morning and happy Friday. So you see we have a functional piece of equipment added to our set. That's because we wanted to show you that you can use lots of different household items or garage items if you just use your imagination. So we have leg swings and dips today, and that's what the ladder's there for. So if you had never had anything that you could do dips on before, now you have a new option. So it's Flex Friday. It's been a long time since we saw any muscles on Friday. You guys, we need some flex pictures. We also sent out a challenge not a challenge, but we sent out a video yesterday with how far can one roll of toilet paper go. I've asked my friends in France to do a little clip for us. Make sure that if you do them, the picture, the camera is sideways. It needs to be 16:9 or it won't work because it's a movie. So we want this way, not vertical, all right? Otherwise I have to cut it in, it doesn't really work anymore. But yeah, definitely get that toilet paper clip in, Flex Friday pictures, and we have deadlifts and burpees today. So aren't you so happy? And Kathleen was smart enough to even change the name of our workout, which was supposed to be Rock Your Sunshine. But since it's raining, it's now Rock Your Rain Gear. So you could also send us a picture of you in your rain gear later. That would be fun.
That would be awesome. I got rain boots.
Tomorrow's supposed to be a beautiful day. It's going to be, and the park's open. So we have a little surprise. What I'd like to know from you guys in the comments is who wants to go to a park tomorrow? Not as a group, not as an organized thing, no, but for a scavenger hunt that you do on your own. We want to hide stuff in Duke Island Park, and you guys go find it, like free swag, like Fit Aids and O2 drinks, recovery drinks, and protein, and CFTB hat, t-shirt, tank tops, that kind of stuff. Who wants to go to the park? Because I know that some people are afraid to go and like a little leery. So we're just making sure that people are into this before we go to the show. But we thought it'd be really fun. And then you guys get to take a picture when you find something so that everybody knows it's taken. And we have a whole idea of how this would be mapped out, which you need to know if you want to go to the park. All right, so we're gonna get started. You're gonna need a jump rope, an ABmat or a towel, or and definitely a yoga mat. And your kettlebell, your third arm. So let's just start with jogging in place. How does everybody feel after yesterday? You can type in the chat. Oh no, you can't because you're running. So we're gonna jog in place. We're gonna do scissor jacks today. So, move back. Arms are regular, feet are scissoring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, last 2, 9. And then we're just gonna get right started into our warm-up, which is 5 rounds of 5 burpees, 50 single unders. If you're not jumping rope, you can ride a bike, you can jog in place, you can do skaters, you can march. But we wanna march vigorously and swing those arms. Believe it or not, this will get your heart rate up. You're pulling that opposite knee up. So 5 burpees, ready, go. Nice and easy. This is not your Metcon, it's a warm-up. 3, 4, and 5. Grab your rope. Figure we do a little bit different warm-up today. You're welcome. Yeah. Ready? 50 singles. Ooh. I need a single rope. 30. Thank you. 10 more. 5, 4, 1. All right, 5 burpees. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you are regularly doing single unders rather than doubles, you probably want a licorice rope. 20, 30, 40, 50. 5 burpees. Getting warm?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pump round. Go. 10. 10. I mean 20. 30. 40. 50. Fourth round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about we start with backwards this time? Backwards jumping.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Can we do 50 backwards? Ready?
I can try. Nope. And the rings. You're gonna hit it?
All right, what is that? That's much harder.
20.
25. Ready?
125. We're good. 13. 20. 22.
All right, so because we're doing 25 burpees in the warm-up, our first round we should only have to do 5 in the workout.
I agree.
Here we go. Last 5.
I agree. That's what Carol would say. Do they count?
That was for you guys, because you negotiators out there. Now I kind of see where you're going with some of these things. 5. Come on. All right. 24, 10 back, 20 forward. Ready? Let's go fast. Go. Turn back.
All right. Oops.
No, CNS go.
Nope. It's not working.
And 20 forward. Woo. All right. Wow, that was fun. Now we have leg swings. So catch our breath. You should be nice and warm and your blood's moving and your joints are all moved up, lubed up. You're gonna grab onto something. Come up on your toes. Abs tight. You're gonna squeeze your butt onto your chest and you're gonna swing that other leg side to side. Your swing leg is totally relaxed. Switch sides. You're up on that opposite toe so that you can swing that leg freely. And then you're gonna come up on your toe and you're gonna swing forward and back. You wanna squeeze that butt on the way back, make sure that your toe stays facing forward. You're not swinging out here. Jerking those hips around and putting stress on that low back. Keep the hips right under the hips, under the ribs. And switch sides. This is why we want to hold on to something, a couch, the back of a couch, or a doorway, a door.
7, 8, 9. Last one. 10.
And we're going right into Samson stretches. So grabbing those hands together, stepping forward into a lunge, coming all the way down, switch.
Okay, ready. We're just gonna switch here.
3. Really reach those arms up, away from that knee. So the knee drives down, You can get that knee all the way to the floor and use the floor to create tension so you're pushing that hip further forward and down. 2 more. Look through the little diamond that your thumbs make. Now we got knee hugs, alternating sides. Opposite hand on your shin, pull that knee to the midline. Make sure we're not pulling it out here. You want to pull up to the midline so you stretch out those IT bands and glute medius, that lateral chain. Meanwhile, you're activating the glute and hamstring on the opposite side. Harder you pull, the more you can squeeze, better you'll be when we get to these deadlifts. Oops. Thirsty birds. Start on the hard leg, okay? Whatever leg is harder to balance on, grab the opposite foot. You're gonna reach, pull that knee back, push the knee down to come up. Your hips create that tension by squeezing your butt, pulling that knee back. Opening the foot, the toes on that stance leg, bending that knee and pushing your hips back. So it's not a dive forward, it's just like a deadlift. You're pushing that hip back. Now you're on your good side, so this should feel easy. Ready? 1, 2, it's not like good like that. 3, it's hard to balance in the morning.
It is. 4,
and 5. Have body weight good mornings. The trick is keeping your chest up and your spine neutral while also having your hands behind your head. So we don't want to round. We're going to keep this neutral. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep your hands behind your ears if you can without pushing your head forward. So we're here, and just come to where you can come without rounding your back. You should feel this in your middle back. Okay, so we're going to go here. Ready? Drive those feet through the floor to stand up. 1. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Squeeze the butt and hamstrings together. So on the way down, it's just like an RDL. We want to open your legs sideways. You want to create width. So press the hip bones back, the tailbone back, that hip, the pelvis tips over like a bucket. Head and chest stay up. And now we are going to spinal bend. So now we are going to, you know those inflatable lawn things? They're like all crumpled up and then the air goes in and they go, that's what you are right now. So we're going to take the head, let it fall forward. First take a big breath in. You're going to take a breath. And on the exhale, we're going to exhale the head down, roll 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way down as you exhale, 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 all the air, and then start inhaling back up. Big breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Knees are soft. You should feel your spine opening up. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Woo. All right, so those have there's a nationality associated with those, but I can't think of what it is. So we're calling them spinal bends. It opens up the spinal extensors. It should have felt really good. If it didn't, do some more of those things. All right, we are going to move into the second round. So Samson stretches. Ready? 1. Really stretch. Go a little faster this time. 3, 4, 5. Really reach those hands away from that back knee. Breathe. 2 more. You're inhaling on the lunge. We really want to make sure those hips are open for this. Knee hugs. Pulling to the midline. 3. For balance, maybe take a wide step out. Pull that knee in. Make sure you're not pulling to the outside. 9. Last one. 10. Thirsty birds. 5 on each side. 2. 3. Squeeze that butt. Pull that knee back. To come up, don't think about standing up. Think about pushing that knee down to the ground. Bringing that knee back to the other side, the other legs, like scissors. This leg comes to the other leg. That's where the balance comes from, that tension in your hips and core. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Body weight, good morning. Hands behind your head. Keep that neck neutral. Make sure we're not pulling forward. Here we go. Push the hips back. Squeeze your upper back. Create width on the way down. On the way up, you're thinking about locking your glutes and your hamstrings. Left glute, left hamstring. Right glute, right hamstring. You're not squeezing your butt together. You're creating a line of tension all the way from your left foot all the way up to your left shoulder. And your right foot all the way up to your right shoulder. So everything's tight. And spinal bends. So deep breath in. Exhale, roll down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Really open those shoulder blades on the way down and squeeze them back up on the way up. 2 more. Down. Up. And last one. Exhale down. Inhale up. All right, we are going to get started. So we have deadlifts today. So you can use a dumbbell, a kettlebell, a barbell, whatever you have. If you only have one, we're going to alternate. We're going to go all the ones on the left, all the ones on the right. This is our strength work. We want to keep tension on the same side. If you have a bar, you're still doing 16 reps. Okay? 16 reps at a moderate weight, like 50%. But feel free to build up. We're doing 4 rounds. Then we're doing death marches. Those, you want to have dumbbells or kettlebells. I wouldn't recommend doing those with a bar. Death marches are going to be, you're going to want something relatively light. It can be a kettlebell or a dumbbell or just body weight. What you're going to do, take a step, reach the dumbbell down. Take a step, reach the dumbbell down. So the weight is in the same side as your back leg. The weight reaches right to the instep and your back stays flat. These are basically staggered stance deadlifts. So if you don't have enough space, you're just going to stay here for 8. 1, 2, and then you're going to switch. Okay? The front leg should stay relatively straight, and that dumbbell comes right next to the foot, right? Not way out in front. If you have to, you can bend that front leg too. So it can be here. All right? You're going to feel this in your hamstrings, and you're going to love us for it. So let's get started with our dumbbell deadlift. Dumbbell or kettlebell deadlifts. If you have one, you can choose from this kind of deadlift, or you can go alternating hands. You can go here. You can also go all the way over to one side. Okay? Those are the ones that I like the best. If you're using a dumbbell, you only have to touch the front part of the dumbbell. So we're going to get started. It's 8 on the left, 8 on the right. Oh, and I said alternate, but we're not alternating. We're going all 8 and then the other 8. Sorry about that. And then we're going 40-second plank. Can you set the clock? Just hit F1 and okay. Yeah. All right, here we go. First 8. Start on your weaker side. If you're going all the way across, keep those legs close together. Ready? Deep breath in. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Squeeze at the top.
2 more.
Abs are pulled in.
15, last one.
Your back is flat the whole time. We're going right into that plank. Right now. So you can be in a high plank, shoulders right over your hands, or you can be in a low plank. Down on your elbows.
20 seconds.
Abs nice and tight while you're here. Think about keeping your abs pulled into your spine. Your butt is tight. Your thighs are squeezed. Think about pulling the front of your thighs towards each other. Then think about squeezing that butt, wrapping your glutes towards the back, the middle of your back. Then think about pulling your hips and your ribs together.
Good.
All right. And we're back up. That was your rest.
It was rest. I thought it was rest.
All right, if you have a bar and you're putting more weight on, do it quickly. If you have heavier kettlebells or dumbbells, grab them now so you can build up in weight here. It's not that much volume, all right? Here we go. Start on the opposite side. Ready? 1, 2. Think about creating tension. So you're pushing your hips back and then driving your hips forward, pulling your belly button in, squeezing your butt and hamstrings, just like you did on those bodyweight good mornings. Pushing your feet through the floor. 1. Standing all the way up every time. Your back stays tight.
4, 5, 6, 2 more. 7, 8.
Down into that plank. Ready? Go. If you're on your hands, you are thinking about locking out those elbows, pushing your spine to the ceiling, keeping that belly button pulled in. Don't just like mindlessly hang out here. Think about the tension you're creating. So you're creating a hollow position. This should be hard on your abs, your triceps, your back, your butt. Okay. Push the floor away. Lock out those arms. And you can alternate between up the high plank and a low plank. So we're going right back into those deadlifts. Start on the opposite side. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Staying tight. Taking your time, squeezing at the top. Slow on the way down, a little quicker on the way up. 8. Remember, this is your strength work, so we have to create tension. 1. Squeezing at the top. Your butt should be feeling this, even if it's a light weight. Sink those hips back. Make sure your whole foot is loaded. 8. I'd rather do this all day than the Metcon. Ready? Plank. If you're on your forearms, make sure you're pushing those pinkies into the floor. You're still creating a hollow position. By breathing hard when you exhale, pulling that belly button in, tucking that tailbone, squeezing your legs, squeezing your butt. Think about pulling your ribs and hips towards each other, shortening the distance between them. And get that belly button in and up out the way. And then pull your elbows and your toes towards each other. Create more tension pulling together. Don't let your feet push away and slide away from you. How much time? Oh, it's always 10 seconds. I think he's bullshitting us.
I think we get to a minute.
Are you serious?
You're good.
That felt like a lot longer.
It did.
Just 40 seconds.
All right. Woo. Here we go, last set. Starting on the opposite side. Ready? Make sure we're breathing. Last set, best set. 4. Squeeze at the top. Stay tight on your descent.
Last one.
That's the last one.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It goes so fast. It goes so fast when you're dreading burpees. 4. 6. for that plank. We'll go at 20. Oh,
It's
no,
counting
no.
down.
We'll go at 10.
Like it's counting down.
Go.
Oh yeah, 20.
Like,
Like I got really
in a couple minutes.
I looked up and I was like, what? Like, why? The numbers not make sense.
Deep breath. Exhale hard. Every exhale, you're tightening everything up, pushing the floor way harder, locking out those elbows. The elbow pits are rotated forward. You should feel your triceps and your lats. You should feel the middle of your abs. You should even feel your chest. Everything is tight. You're pulling your toes and your hands towards each other, not pushing apart. Everything squeezing to the midline.
Good.
Is it? Woo.
All right.
All right, so now we're on death march. So let's try the first set of these, no weight. So unweighted. I want you to get the hang of this first. The key here, the most important thing is that your back stays straight. Your back stay flat, okay? So as we take this step, our legs can bend as needed, but your back needs to stay straight. Okay? Here, not here, or here, right? So think about, you're gonna come up nice and tall, your feet stay flat. If you need to, your back knee will bend more and your heel will come up. Ideally, we're keeping both down. Soften both knees, abs tight, shift those hips, push the tailbone behind you and fold and reach those fingertips to the floor. If this is all you've got, that's fine. Just then stop here. Don't go to there. Do you see the difference? So let's switch sides. Here, we're bending those knees. This is all I've got, so I'm gonna stop there. We're gonna do 5 on each side. So one leg forward, get those feet rooted, abs nice and tight, pelvis shifts. We're gonna come as far as we can, and then back up. Back down, inhale, and back up. Inhale, squeeze at the top. You should feel a stretch in the front. You're using that front leg, and you might feel that you're loading that back leg. That's fine. You want weight on both legs. Here we go. And you also might notice that one side's different than the other. You might have more range of motion on one side. That's fine. Awesome. All right, let's grab your weights. If you have light weight, you can build up on this. So start light and build up. Whatever you do, back stays flat. Don't go farther than your body wants you to go. All right, here we go. So, sorry, if I have my right leg forward, the weight is in my left hand. So, and only the front side has to hit. We're doing 8. Slow on the way down, faster on the way up, squeezing both glutes at the same time, hamstring to glute, getting nice and tight, 2 long lines of tension. And switch. If you have space to move, you're taking a step, switching your hands each time. Okay, like that. Okay. And we have a plank. Just in the interest of time, since it's 7:30 already, we're going to shorten this plank to 20 seconds. So let's go. And we'll be done at the top of the minute. Or bottom of the minute, depending on how you look at it. So since we're shortening it to half, you have to be twice as tight.
10 seconds.
Push the floor away, get really tight. Exhale hard, belly button to your spine. Squeeze everything so tight that your body starts to tremble.
3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, 20 seconds, twice as tight, way better. Here we go. So if you have enough space to move, I'm gonna show you what that's gonna look like. Kathleen will stay still, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we'll go backwards. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. Ready? Here we go at 15. Twice as tight, half as long. Oh, I love that. Squeeze. You're gonna only be able to take about 3 breaths here. Make sure that you're exhaling and getting tighter, pushing the floor away harder. Imagine that you're pushing away a 500-ton bridge or something, and then it's done. Good. All right. Going up. Keeping that back flat. We are halfway done with these. Staying in place this time. 2. Remember, slow on the way down. Focus on creating tension. Both legs should straighten at the top. Slow. We want to take our time. This is a strength move. It's not the Metcon. So this should be slow and controlled. You should feel every inch of your hamstrings, your glutes. You should feel your back engaging each time. You should feel like you are bending only at the hip and maybe a little bit at the knees. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Every time. Pause at the top and squeeze. Putting the mind in the muscle every single time. Ready? We go at 0. Squeeze tight. Squeeze those thighs together. Squeeze your feet together. What are your feet doing? Are your toes pulled in or are they pushing away from you? Where are your shoulders? Are they over your hands or are they way back? Find that center. Maybe body saw a little bit. See what feels best for you while you're here. Play games. Play games so it goes faster. Last set. Here we go. So, I'm going to walk again. Ready? Yep. Slow, stand up, step. Squeeze. Squeeze. If you have 2 weights, you could use 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. Time. Go, go. Go. Push the floor away. Squeeze everything you've got. Don't you like using the time for rest for a plank to build tension? It's such a time saver. It means that you're doing more work in less time. Love that. Work capacity. All right. And that concludes our strength portion. So now you're gonna need your kettlebell, your ladder, your step stool, your chair, your couch, your powerlets, whatever it is you're gonna use for your dips. You just need a little bit of space for jumping lunges or reverse lunges. Oh yeah, they're gonna feel so good. Then we have burpees and ABmat sit-ups. So if you need, if you want to use a towel or if you have an ABmat, grab that, or a pillow, couch pillow, like a small one. And then you need your jump rope for double unders. So 30 of everything. Super simple. Right? So get your drink. Go to the bathroom if you need to. Get your stuff set up. All right, so. We're starting with our kettlebell swings. Yes, that's why we didn't have to do them at the beginning of class, because we're going to do at least 50 in our Metcon. So, oh, yeah, there we go. If you're doing single unders today, you're still doing 30. If you're doing just jumping, you're just still doing 30. It's 30 no matter what. All right, so we're starting with kettlebell swing. And this is a 24-minute Metcon. So what does that tell you about your pace and your effort level? It tells you that you have to be under 7 as a perceived exertion. We want to be around 6 or 7, no higher than that. Once we get to a perceived exertion of 8, like 80% effort, you're gonna have a heart rate that's too high. You won't be able to keep going. You'll have to stop and rest. Our goal is to just keep going, keep grinding, not have to stop. Although those dips might be a little bit of a burner.
Yeah.
All right, so 30 swings. Piece of
That
cake.
should be easy.
10 seconds. Thank you, Sam. The invisible support crew. 30, oh go. Hike. 1. Remember to stay tight. Oh, these feel so good after those death marches and deadlifts, don't they? No?
Yes.
Exhale,
Inhale.
exhale.
Inhale.
It is so
Yes.
quiet here. It's so quiet here because we're not really allowed to have any music because Facebook mutes us. I mean, you probably
Okay.
want to. Do you want to mute us? Exhale. Pull the ribs down. Drive the hips forward. Drive the knees back. Feet go through the floor. How many more?
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're going into our dips now.
Where would you like to go first?
The right side.
Right.
So, these are the important thing here is to keep your chest up and not go into your dip with your shoulders all turned in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze at the top. 7. Only go as far as your shoulders will allow. Let's do 15 and then take a little break.
11, 13,
Shake them out. Woo! Anybody else's triceps feeling it from the rest of the week? Those reverse planks. Here we go. Last 15. Abs stay tight. Exhale on the top part. Exhale, inhale. Squeeze at the top. Use your feet as much as you need or as little as you need.
11, 12,
Last 3.
13,
Last 2. Last 1. Oh yeah. Woo! Going to our jumping lunges. Here we go, 30 of them. Use those arms to lift. Halfway. Last 10. 4, 2. All right. Oh, burpees.
Oh.
Yes. Burpees. Woo! Kathleen loves burpees. We can't do enough burpees for her to be happy.
That's true.
Here we go.
3, 4, 5.
All right. I'm gonna take a breather. I know we're supposed to. You want to keep going, Ken?
4 minutes.
I need to rearrange. All right. Okay. So, whoo. 3 breaths. Let's do 5 more. Three breaths. So I'm a huge fan of 5s because it lets me catch my breath. Then I can do 5 faster. And that helps me feel like I'm at 7. Keeping on going, I always feel like I get to a 10 on burpees. So figure out what your rep scheme is. Use that. And don't talk in between. Here we go, 5 more. breathe. It's 20, right? Yep. Only 10 more. Oh, but we're gonna get to this again. Here we are. Breathe. Go, 5 more. Woo! 3 breaths. And then last 5. Right into ABmat sit-ups. But we do have to stand up on that last one. Here we go. Last one. Woo! All right. Here we go. Right into it. 3. So we want to catch our breath here because we got dogs next. And then right into kettlebell swings. 10. So if your feet are coming up, we gotta squeeze them. Only use those arms as much as you need. 10 more. Use your arms only as much as you need. When you throw them over your head, you're using a lot more momentum, which is fine. Just make sure we're exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Squeeze those feet together. Wrap your hands down around your feet. 2. Last one. Right into our double unders. How many of us are gonna get this unbroken? If you're doing singles, you're still doing 30. This should be quick, so we can get back to our next round.
Make sure you're not out of crack.
No cracks. All right, ready? Go. All right, starting over. Oh, we have plenty of time to get another round and a half or 2. Oh no, we have 2 more rounds, right? Here we go. 3 breaths. Focusing on the exhale. We're going back to kettlebell swings. Here we go. Ready? Go. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Third of the way there. I'm gonna take my time on these. So I can go right into dips. This 20. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put that kettlebell where it's not going to be in your way. Minimizing resetting time. Want to switch? Sure. Okay. Woo! If you want a pair of parallettes, speak up. We can have a Zoom call making your parallettes. Make your own parallettes call. They're so easy and fun. Here we go. 1. Squeeze at the top. Keep that chest up. Pause at 15, 14, 15. Stretch them out real quick. Dips are really a single muscle body part movement, so we want it to burn. We want to be able to maybe go to failure. Here we go, last 15. 3. Squeeze.
6, 7, 8, 9,
Get those shoulders away from your ears.
11, 12, 13, 14.
Woo! Talk about a burn. All right, we are going into our jumping lunges. This time, let's split them up into 16 and 14. Ready? Go. You could do 20 and 10. But let's take those 3 breaths, shake out those legs. When you land, split the floor. Squeeze your butt and your abs. Second set, this is only 14. Go. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Woo!
Burpees.
Oh, man.
3 breaths. How are we holding up out there, guys? We're halfway almost. So we might not have to get back to burpees, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
not. I think we'll be okay.
Ready? We're gonna do 5 at a time. Take 3 breaths. Go. You can also do 5 sets of 6.
Yeah.
Woo. 1 more. Yep. Go. That's 10. Third of the way there. Ready? Ready? Not ready, but we're gonna go before we're ready. Let's go.
Halfway.
What are you doing with your breath during these reps? Go. We got 10 more.
5 more. 5?
15, 10 more. Now you're right, 5.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Negotiating.
So what do you do with those legs? I like to jump my feet wide and kettlebell swing kind of up. Rather than just getting into a squat or bringing my feet in close and landing on my toes. Which puts a lot of stress on your knees.
Yes.
So, last 5. Here we go. Last one. Woo! ABmat. And again, thinking about our pacing here. Some of you may find these to be really easy. I'm not with you on that. So this is my chance to focus on breath. Inhale, exhale. Push the bottom back rib down. So watch her feet. They stay together. She's gonna pull in. Her hips stay down, her shoulders touch. Her hands barely go over her forehead. So you have a choice. Use more abs. Keep your hands down below your shoulders. Use more momentum. Swing those arms. Push back. Push. If you push back and stay tight, big inhale, you kind of bounce back. Push down, bounce back. Breathe. Push down, push. How many is it? I have 8 more.
5 more.
Oh, really? I'm gonna go on Kathleen's count so we can move on. We have double unders. So, a workout like this is your chance to determine your pacing for different moves. Where can you catch your breath? Where can you really push it? Try and get these double unders unbroken. Oh, ready? Go.
Nice.
Right into our kettlebell swings. Because by now, on our kettlebell swings, we know how to breathe and we know how to pace ourselves. So get chalk or wipe the sweat off your hands and ready, go. Yeah, I got the chalk bucket halfway here. It's all right. I got distracted. 10. Chest up. Knees drive back. Feet stay flat. 15. Halfway. This is our last set. We're not getting back here again. Exhale. Abs tight. 10. Remember what you're supposed to be doing here. Mechanics. Before intensity. If you need to stop so that you have better form, do it. Last one. All right. Run dips. Yep. Yeah, hair issues. Someone need haircuts. Right, Chuck? All right. So if you have a stair in your house and it's really low, that's fine. You can do very low dips. Touch your butt to the floor. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Squeeze at the top. Try to keep that chest up, butt straight down. We don't want to be here. Okay, that's a really bad position for your shoulders. Let's do 18 and 12. So swing out those arms, get muscle into the triceps, and really think on this last 12 because these are our last 12. We're not getting back here. So really squeeze up and get your neck long. We don't want to stop here. We want to get the turtle head out of the turtle shell every time. So we did a little more, so we can do 12. Really, really killer ones in a good way. Here we go. Down 1, down 2. Really squeeze. Inhale, exhale. Use those feet if you have to, but squeeze at the top. Trust me, keep that chest up. Pull your head, get your head all the way up to the top of the ceiling as high as you can go. Squeeze more, elbows straight. Last one. Woo! Holy burn! Oh. No jumping lunges. So let's do 5 sets of 6 this time. Ooh, stepping it up. Ready? Jumping lunge. Oh, I'm sorry. On the burpees. We're going to do that on the burpees. Jumping lunges. We'll do 16 and 14 again. Ready? Go. Use those arms. Keep those hips tight. Your pelvis is like a bucket. It shouldn't bend. It shouldn't tip in any direction. You're pushing your front foot forward
16.
and your back foot backwards. Imagine splitting the mat, splitting the floor, splitting the rug. And sinking straight down like a carousel horse. There's no bend, there's no forward lean. Okay? 14, go.
Ah!
13, 14.
I'll get it one day, I promise.
We want our arms to lead our effort. If we're jumping up, we want our arms to lift. It creates levity. It creates lift. Your whole body lifts your feet so they can switch. Okay, 6 burpees. So that before the jumping lunges. Here we go. Go. 4. See, we have one last set to do if we do it this way. You still got 3 breaths. One more. Go. Only 18 more. Oh, last time we're doing this. If you can, keep going. Keep going. If you're not talking in between, you should be catching your breath. Here we go. All right, 2 more sets. 2 more sets. I think we can do it. Ready? Yep. Take 1 more set of 6. And then we'll see how many ABmats we can get. Woo! 1 more. Ready? Yep. Go. 2 more. Ready, go. All right, well, what I would like to know is, what was your max heart rate on that workout? Yeah, right. I'm gonna confess, mine went over my 70%. Absolutely, 100% for sure. The only thing I can tell you is that talking through these makes it a heck of a lot harder. So if you ever feel like it's too easy, count with us. Talk to me. Sing me a song. Send it to me in a private chat. And tell me that you don't want me to post it, because otherwise I will. But it would make my day. If you send me something, a video of you singing to me during burpees, I would just, I would be crying. It would make me so happy. So, we're gonna do a nice, easy stretch. But first, it's 8:02. You're gonna stretch on your own. Go do couch stretch. 1 minute each side. All right, really think about tucking your tailbone, pulling your belly button in. If you're too tired to couch stretch, well, you know what? You're at home. Go do couch stretch. It is the best place to do that stretch because on the wall, your foot has to point. And a lot of us don't have that flexibility, foot cramps, all kinds of ankle mobility issues. So put your foot on the couch. Your foot gets hooked on the top of the couch. It lets you stretch your hip flexors just a little bit more. Go try it. You put your knee on a pillow. See if your dog attacks you. Starting next week, this is important. You're going to get an email about this, but starting next week, the morning classes are going to be on Zoom. We are working on a way to multi-stream, and the only way that we can do that right now is we don't have enough subscribers on YouTube yet to go live, and it's just a nightmare technically. So we're going to do Zoom. So we're going to be sending out a link to everybody who has reserved for class. So make sure that you're reserving for the class that you want to come to. This is going to be a test to see how it works, but we have to try it because if it's better, then obviously we want to find out now so that we can improve our services to you and you have more options. Following that Zoom call, it will be uploaded to Facebook and Toy Soldiers and YouTube, but it might take a little bit because sometimes it takes a little while for everything to upload. It's not as fast as they say. But so look for an email from us. Think about tomorrow if you want to go to a park or not. Please let us know. Send us your toilet paper clip.
Yes.
We want to see how far that roll can go. We want to travel around the world. If you know people in other countries that would do it, send them the video and see if they will, see if they'll do it with us. It'd be so fun to have that roll of toilet paper travel around the world. But we are going to cut it together and we're going to post it on Monday, the finished product. So get your stuff in by Saturday so that we can edit it all together. It's going to take a little while. It's a little tricky. So Monday Zoom call, reserve your spots in class. Then check your email for the link. We'll also put it in announcements if we can. It's all a trial, but we're trying to get better and better and better. If you have feedback, we want to hear from you. Yeah, that's it. So go do couch stretch and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.